This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
To Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm Crispy Bacon here with Kevin, the rookie. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good, guys. How we doing?
Doing good. There's a lot to go over for this wrestling week. We saw on Friday Night SmackDown a triple threat match reveal with Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and I believe it was Nia Jax. I think this match was also part of WrestlePalooza originally. Don't know why they scrapped it. But what do you think? How do you think the match is going to go, and who do you want to win?
Which match is this for again?
The women's championship on SmackDown. Tiffany's title.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton and them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Tiffy time. I'm gonna say Tiffy time retains her title.
I wouldn't mind Tiffany Stratton retaining her title. I think this match should have been on WrestlePalooza because overall WrestlePalooza wasn't that good. At least I've heard that from a lot of fans too, that it wasn't all hyped it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But and then over on NXT that Tuesday they had their homecoming show back at Full Sail. They had a bunch of former NXT greats like Finn Balor. I think Bayley was there, and a few others. I know Robert Roode was there.
You're talking about the homecoming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair were there as well.
Yeah, they entered a tag team match. Rhea was there. Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think of who else was there. No, yeah, I think that's all I remember.
Yeah, at least from the former NXT talent that were part of the black and gold era of Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and William Regal were there.
Yeah, I found it pretty funny how they did the William Regal did the War Games.
War Games.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, but what was also interesting coming out of that event was, I think over on TNA, Trick Williams was supposed to go up against Ricky Saints. Couldn't think of his name for a second. In a TNA championship match. Well, Obafemi wanted dibs first. So coming up tomorrow on NXT, it's going to be championship title versus title. Trick Williams' TNA title going up against Obafemi's NXT championship in a winner-take-all title versus title many are speculating that this is going to be an invasion storyline. That could potentially lead into maybe a crossover event.
Really? Huh. Yeah, I didn't catch that part. I guess that's something I missed on here. I did go over a lot of stuff earlier, like I said. I had to catch up on some stuff. But I did get all that
Right.
wrote down. That is one thing I think I missed. So that's interesting to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of TNA, wrestlers. A lot of them former WWE, talent. Where I don't know if it's true or not. Probably not. Where they're bashing WWE, and everybody's thinking it's an invasion storyline.
Interesting.
And I think TNA is supposed to have their event Friday, a pay-per-view event Friday.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to cover that one if it
Yeah,
does.
we can here. But I think we should get to the the WrestlePalooza event. What did you think of it?
I wasn't able to catch the entire show. But I think that again, it was successful because I think this was a newer pay per view, I believe, and I think it was a pretty successful event for first time event.
Yeah, they haven't. This was an old. This was an old, I think, WWE or WCW event
Oh, okay.
that they haven't ran in a while. I'm pulling up the card to make sure. But
Yeah, I think overall, from what I watched, since I couldn't watch the whole show, from what I did watch, I think I'd give the overall grade about a B plus. That's what I would go with based off, as much as I watched.
yeah, the last WrestlePalooza was back in 2000.
Oh, okay, so it's been
It's newer for
far back.
WWE, but
Yeah.
uh, but we'll get to the card here. You had Brock Lesnar kicking it off, against John Cena. This was the quicker of the matches here, lasting over almost 9 minutes. Basically a squash match. Brock Lesnar winning against Cena. Disappointed about that?
Am I disappointed about it?
Mm.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's just the age. It really showed, and it's. I mean, Brock Lesnar clearly stated that he wanted to retire John Cena, and he did everything he could to do that. But yeah, it was a pretty quick and brutal match. I don't think Cena really. I think what really happened is Cena was still dumbfounded about his return, and he didn't know how to prepare for it. So it kind of just caught him on his toes, and he was never able to rebound from it.
I could see that. And also see, there's also reports of that the original plan was for Cena to win. I'm not sure why plans changed, but that was the original plan, at least going forward.
Yeah,
And there's
I mean,
also
there's been stuff like that with Lesnar before, where he wasn't supposed to win and then he did, like back then when Lesnar defeated the Streak for the Undertaker at WrestleMania,
oh
he
yeah,
actually was not supposed to win that match, but he injured the Undertaker, and he ended the streak, which he also got fined quite a bit of money for doing that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went off script and decided to just win instead of following the script.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar is the type of WWE personality where he doesn't care about. I mean, he does, but as far as storyline goes, he doesn't care about the money. He wants to destroy people any way he can, and just leave with the paycheck. That's it.
Yep, that's
That's his character.
pretty much what it is. Yep.
And you mentioned about injuries. This next match had injuries, or a injury. You had the Vision's Braun Breaker, or Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker going up against the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. The Vision won that match, but I believe Jay reportedly had a concussion, but he was on Raw tonight. Maybe he got cleared. I'm sure he got cleared.
Yeah, he I think he took on LA Knight tonight on Raw. And then I think Jimmy said something about him not being 100% and that he should not compete. But again, you know, he ended up competing to begin with, anyways. And I think he actually went on to win the match against LA Knight on Raw as well.
Yeah, he did. And I believe that match, the way that LA Knight got involved in that tag match on Saturday ended up starting out as like a brawl at the pre-show, the countdown show. And Adam Pearce was like, "Yeah, we're gonna throw in a special guest referee. It's LA Knight."
Yeah, and I think, you know, and Jey Uso said that tonight on Raw that they would have beat the Vision if it wasn't for LA Knight being the special guest referee, which I totally agree with. I think they're building a bigger thing here. I think they're building a bigger storyline between Jay and LA Knight, and the relationship with Jay and Jimmy. I think it's becoming a bigger storyline.
Yeah, it is. I think at some point they're gonna somebody's gonna turn heel. But
If I were to have to guess, based off how everything's going right now, I think it's going to be Jey Uso that's going to turn heel. Based
think
off
so?
the last couple weeks, just based off his attitude and his aggression and his actions, I would have to say that it would be him. I think it starts off by him turning on Jimmy Uso once again, and breaking up the brotherhood that they have.
Yeah, you're starting to see the slow burn with Jay and Jimmy, but we'll see how it goes. Stephanie Vakir and Io Sky had their match for the vacant Women's World Championship, Ross Championship, and Stephanie Vakir defeated Io. Good for her. We'll see how
Yeah,
it goes this week.
like I said last week, it was not a prediction. It was a spoiler. I told you Stephanie Vakir was going to win that match. I wrote that down in my book here. I said,
Yeah.
Vakir wins title. Told you, not a prediction, a spoiler. What I have written in here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was about time.
It was.
She's been there for how long? You signed a talent like that. She's going to get her championship, opportunity. I mean, I'm surprised Julia got one before her. But again, it wasn't for a bigger. She hasn't, competed for the bigger title yet. So
I think too, even with Stephanie and I forgot the one you mentioned it just a second ago.
Julia.
Yeah, they they both have like language barriers, which is not an issue. I mean, it's not a problem, but if you're going to be a champion here, and you're cutting promos, we kind of
Mm.
need to understand. And I know Stephanie's doing English lessons and all that, and Julia could too, but she decided to go the route of having a manager, so to speak, cutting promos.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
If someone needs to learn English, it's gonna be Asuka, because like I said, I can't understand a word that ever comes out of that lady's mouth when she talks. I mean,
I know.
today on Raw was a lot better, but again, Jesus, every time she opens her mouth, it's just like she's running it, and I can't even hear what she's saying.
All I can understand is not only her catchphrase, but when she's calling for Kyrie saying,
Yeah,
Kyrie.
sorry. That's
Yeah.
all you hear. Anything else in those, confrontations or anything, it's a bunch of
Mhm.
gibberish.
Yeah. Other than that, and we'll talk about more Io or Asuka here in a little bit because she was on Raw tonight. But that was your women's match, and we'll also discuss more on Stephanie back here in a little bit too. Probably the match of the night for all of us on Between the Ropes, you, me, and Big B. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. CM Punk and AJ Lee won that match, but AJ won by submitting Becky. So maybe there's a title match down the line.
I would assume so. I mean, I another topic we're going to talk about later, the Crown Jewel preview. I seen
Yeah.
something that they're probably going to include a Becky Lynch, AJ Lee Intercontinental. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that here soon, very soon.
It should. I mean, she earned it, and it's going to be on the other side of the world.
Yeah, that
Hopefully,
sure
everybody's
is.
up for it. And then your final match will be Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes won it. There's also reports that Drew was originally slated to win, kind of like what Cena was going to be, but things change. Cody Rhodes won, and I'm not sure if Drew McIntyre's really legitimately hurt after that slide to the table.
Yeah, I think that was one of the matches I wasn't able to catch, so I don't really know what happened. I just read like a little story about it earlier. But yeah, but like I was saying last week, McIntyre, he can't finish the job when it comes to the primetime matches. He chokes more than the Bears do in the playoffs. But yeah, he. I mean, unless that's what he likes to do, unless he likes to get get into the big picture and then lose. But I don't know why I'd want to have that in my career. I mean, I guess if you want to get on TV and everything, you're sacrificing winning matches. But like I said last week, every time he gets into a championship match, or anytime he gets into the big times to put himself in a championship match, he cannot get the job done. So it just seems like it's every time.
Right. But no, he slid in to the commentary table, going for I think a punt kick, or some kind of claymore or something. I don't know. He slid into commentary table and looked like he banged up his knee. Tried to do a few more moves, but really couldn't get it under control.
I guess we'll have to check that out later. I'll have to see.
But I think a lot of people want Drew McIntyre to finally win one. Not only keep the title and defend it, but hold it in front of a crowd. Because the one time he did have it, it was in front of nobody.
Yeah, that is true. I remember that. And yeah, I'm along there, but I do want him to win a title. I do, but
Mm-hmm.
you know his record on primetime matches definitely do not show a good percentage.
No. And were you able to watch a little Raw or all or most of it off and on?
Yeah, I watched quite a bit of Raw. Yep.
Uh,
I think
so you mentioned
I watched all the way up to I think the Bailey Perez match. So and then I was checking in and out throughout the night
yeah,
because I was checking on Monday night games. So
I don't blame you. Close matchup. We'll get to Wednesday, but Raw started out with Cody Rhodes talking about he wants to defend the Crown Jewel Championship, the one that appeared last year in Saudi Arabia. And he's going to go up against Seth Rollins. It's basically like Survivor Series, what they used to do, champion versus champion. Except there's a title on their line for both of them, not their title, but a special title, and they're going up against each other. And this one seems to have a storyline to it, which is good. Most of them they're just thrown together. What do you think?
what was the question again?
Well, I was just saying that most of the time these Crown Jewel matchups, for champion versus champion for their title, the Crown Jewel Championship, they're just normally thrown together, but I feel like this one has more of a storyline.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, when I think the last couple times, like you said, they're kind of just thrown in there with no storyline really, and then this one they're actually starting a connection to start something. Um, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Do you think this could lead to like a War Games match with Team Cody versus Team Rollins?
I mean, I guess it could, but I think it's more. I think we're more gonna see a War Games between, like the Usos and Roman Reigns and all that. So if we did, I guess yeah, it could be. It could just be almost the same as last year at War Games where it was. I think it was Seth Rollins' squad versus what was it? It was Cody's squad, I believe, with Roman Reigns and Randy Orton and stuff. Or no, there's a Bloodline, I believe. But yeah, I think if it were to become the same thing, a War Games thing, it's going to practically be almost the same teams as last year. You're going to have because you have the Cody and the Drew McIntyre rivalry going on, and Drew was on Seth's team last year. And then Seth Rollins has his couple buddies. But I was seeing something since Paul Heyman is over there that maybe Brock Lesnar would be part of that War Games.
Ooh.
And then you sit there and you're like, okay, so if Lesnar's part of the Vision or whatever, who would be that fifth member that would fit in since Lesnar's there? Then you'd have to think, John Cena.
I could see Cena being Team Cody.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, I don't, I think we're definitely seeing the making of a War Games between quite a bit of people right now. So
But I can also, if you're going to use Lesnar, you put him as the final participant, but you announce it, during the match, and well, Seth's team has one more member, but we don't know who it is. Clock kick
yeah,
0,
and it's
and
Brock
here comes
Lesnar.
Brock. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be the same thing like they did with the Randy Orton thing. It's gonna be the same way, and I think they're hinting at it with the, I think what was it on, was it SmackDown or Raw? And Lesnar
oh
he
yeah,
saw Heyman, and he was like,
we need
"We
to
should
talk.
talk. Yeah, we should talk." And I think I think it's just inevitable. I think it's more likely going to happen.
Yeah,
I just don't see it not happening. Just the way they're running, the show so far. Um, but yeah,
in a no disqualification match, we had the War Raiders, with Penta win against the New Day. I think the New Day needs to just, turn back to face.
yeah, I think it's they're not winning. They're a gimmick, is what it feels like.
Well, a lot of people probably thought that when they're faces too,
Well, yeah, I
just,
mean,
just
but
a gimmick.
when they were faces, they at least were winning their matches. They were winning matches when they were a face, and
Yeah,
they were a tag team champions for quite a while too. Now you're just, you're not really doing anything. You're siding with freaking goofball Grayson Waller, and you're really not doing anything.
no, unfortunately, you're not. I wish they'd have a storyline where Big E does come back and talk some sense into him.
They might still be doing that, and maybe WWE's hiding it. Maybe they're actually hiding something for once, unlike hiding AJ Lee's return, because that was so obvious. But maybe they're actually hiding this one. But if we're gonna talk about possible returns and stuff like that, I've been reading a
Yeah,
lot about Ryback returning after he's fully cleared. He's almost cleared. His doctors have almost cleared him to be able to get back into ring action. So maybe next
Ooh.
year's Royal Rumble, you see the return of a Ryback.
Oh man,
So
if you put a championship around CM Punk, which I doubt they'll do, but if you did, and you put him up against somebody, I don't care who, but they go, well, this person's unable to compete, but we found a mystery opponent for you, CM Punk, and then you hear Ryback's music.
man, that would, imagine how crazy the crowd would go.
You just hear, "Feed me more." Whew.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does return. I think he's gonna return at some point. I just don't know if it's gonna be just for like a appearance at the Royal Rumble. Like, hey, here we'll give you an appearance at the Royal Rumble, and then just boom, you don't do anything with it, or do you actually put him into a storyline somewhere and
You could
go from there?
you could do Seth versus CM Punk for the championship, but
Mm-hmm.
the stipulation is a special mystery referee,
Wow. And Ryback's
and
a
it's
special.
Ryback.
Wow.
But he's gonna go in on CM Punk. He won't worry about Seth.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. It would because
Although
Ryback and CM Punk had a
I could
rivalry
see
back
Ryback. I can also see Ryback working with Seth though.
really.
Maybe
Huh.
they would have one thing in common. They both hate CM Punk.
I just I feel like Ryback's the kind of guy who's not going to want to take orders though from, Seth Rollins. But he used to, if I'm not wrong, I think Ryback used to be a Paul Heyman guy too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you want to talk about War Games again? Fifth member, if it ain't Brock Lesnar, you could have a Ryback, and then
It'd be so
everybody
fun.
just goes crazy.
It'd be funny if you see like almost a team of Paul Heyman guys of Ryback, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and I wish it could happen, but the Big Show or RVD.
Nah, you're missing the biggest guy out of them all. You're missing Curtis Axel. Come on now.
That's true.
Speaking of Curtis
Kurt
Axel, I
Angle.
saw.
Kurt Angle.
Oh God. Yeah, I went to one of those MAW events, and Curtis Axel was there, and I got a autograph and
That's
picture with
cool.
him.
Bailey defeated Roxanne, and I think Bailey's still having that multiple personality.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a little confused what's going on there. She kind of, she's almost like me right now. Like my girlfriend, she'll ask me something, and then I'll be like, yeah, yeah, and then she'll ask me a week later, and I'll forget. I'll be like, wait, what are we doing then? And so like it almost feels like my own life. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know even what I don't know what's going on. So I find it funny just because it kind of relates to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the storyline with Bailey, but I'm sure at some point we'll know more.
I just hope her and Lyra come on the same pages again because I kind of feel bad for Lyra how everything went with that situation with her.
Yeah, I do too, and maybe at some point, maybe at Crown Jewel they'll have a match. Who knows?
And maybe that's what they're setting up right now too. They could be setting up that.
And the interesting is with Crown Jewel is they have the four matches they usually do, and then they have the 2 champion versus champion matches for a total of 6. So this would be a lengthy card.
Yeah.
Rusev defeated JD McDonough, and Rusev is going to get an IC title match against Dominic Mysterio.
Thank God. I hope Dom loses.
Well, I mean, he'll still have a belt.
I hope he loses that one too.
Soon, probably.
Oh.
Jay defeated LA Knight.
Yeah, Jay did defeat LA Knight. Yep.
Yeah.
I seen that. I had to watch. I'm gonna watch that match later tonight. I think it was the main event. Was it not?
No, it was Rhea Ripley versus Asuka.
Oh, okay. So this must have been right before that. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was. And Rhea Ripley won that with interference by Kyrie.
I hope Asuka ends up by herself.
She does.
I think you said she does.
I said it. I think she does better as a solo person.
Yeah, I mean she was a champion by herself. She she doesn't need to be in that group. I just like I said, she's getting annoying.
Yeah.
Always just keeps talking, trying to make enemies with everybody. And I hope she learns a lesson. Like, I kept running my mouth to everybody. Now I got no allies. I just got straight enemies. I kind of want to see what WWE does with it.
Right. I do too. one thing WWE Raw did introduce today is a new stable, if you want to call it that. You know those 3 El Grande Americanos?
Yep.
Yeah, they're now a stable. They're a
Ugh.
faction now.
Well, let me guess. The Three Amigos. Is that what they're called?
No, let me get the name here. Los Americanos.
Ugh. That's pretty much just this. Oh my god,
Los,
they're not even coming up with names anymore. They're just stealing from other teams that are close to it, like Los Matadores, and then you got
Los Garza.
Los Garza. Yeah, you got to start getting more creative. Call them the Three
Yeah.
Amigos. That's what you should call them.
Well, I think that's a move by
Dom.
Eddie
It's a Dominic.
Guerrero or Dom
Yeah.
Q. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It was Eddie Guerrero to begin with, and then Dom just does it.
Yeah. But now they're a stable or faction or whatever.
Do you
Actually,
do you know who the 3 are?
I know one's Pete Dunne. One
Really?
would be. It's not confirmed, but that's what I'm hearing.
I know
And
Kaiser's
then,
one of them. Ludwig Kaiser's one.
yeah, but I'm not sure the third one. I think one of them last week was AJ Styles.
Really?
That they're thinking.
What if it's
At least
Ludwig
that's the
Kaiser's?
commentary.
What if it's Ludwig Kaiser's old tag team partner, Da Vinci?
Mm. Wouldn't it be taller?
I mean, that one guy looked pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've only seen that faction once. I don't know. Were they on Raw tonight?
No, it was a video package.
Oh, okay.
It was a promo.
I'll have to watch Raw again. But yeah, I think. So you think Pete Dunne's one of them, huh?
That's what I'm hearing, but they're not. No one's really saying it, but that's what a lot of people are saying. Fans are speculating.
Who was Pete Dunne's partner, tag team partner? Who was it?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
You think he could be the third one?
Maybe.
What about Ilya Dragunov?
I could see that.
Because he's been out of action for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see him return at the Rumble though if it's not him, or even if it is him, just have him appear.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, you always can't push. I mean, what happened to Chad Gable? I never heard. Is he injured?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So he's injured
that's
for sure.
legitimately why I think Kaiser took his spot.
Yeah, I mean, because Kaiser
To keep
got
it
pretty
going.
much took off TV. He's not even on TV really. Now he's just going on with Americano.
Well, we think he's injured, but you know.
He could be the third one.
He could. What's interesting is Chelsea Green, her faction, is looking for another member because it looks like Piper Niven is injured, and unfortunate thing is it might be career ending.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And when did that happen?
Doesn't say. I know she's been out for a couple weeks. Oh, it was on August 22nd.
Wow.
She was going up against Ric Flair.
Charlotte Flair?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
and it says
what's your prediction there? Who do you think should be that member?
Don't know. I mean, I didn't know she. I mean, I knew she was hurt, but I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. So I thought it was gonna be more of like a temporary kind of thing. Um,
JC Jane.
maybe. I don't know if I don't know if they paired up in NXT though.
Yeah, I'm trying to Alba Fire. I'm trying to think of who her partner was in NXT
Yeah,
because that's who
Alba
I'm thinking.
Fire.
Yeah.
Alba Fire is
Um,
part of it though.
yeah. No, she's part of this Secret Hervis. I'm trying to because
Hmm.
I'm thinking who her tag team partner could just step in from NXT. I don't know who it was. I mean, Isla Dawn. She got cut from WWE. She could come back. Um,
Yeah,
you know.
I could see some former WWE personnel coming in.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be someone huge, some big name. Like I don't think like a Page or anything. I don't think it would make any sense if it was like a Page, but like an Isladon or you know, man, I don't even know who else there could be. Um,
Right.
but
Uh, did you see who got or got or is going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame?
yes, I did, Mrs. Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, announced by the Undertaker. That was
Oh
kind of
yeah,
out of left field.
by my boy, the Undertaker, introducing Stephanie McMahon.
What's your favorite version of the Undertaker? You got
My
the
favorite
Dead Man.
version,
You got the yeah.
it's gotta be the Dead Man. I man, I mean what? He was the Dead Man for all of his WrestleManias, I'm pretty sure, wasn't he? Like he went like 21-0 with just the Dead Man era.
I thought
But
one he was
I think personally, I think if you want to go by like where he was a complete badass, you got to go the American Badass. But if you want to go with
yeah.
where his career is known for, you got to go the Dead Man.
Oh yeah.
But me personally, I liked it. I like the Dead Man. That's my favorite version of him.
I liked him as the Dead Man too. The mystery behind it and uh all that. I thought that was pretty cool. And then the
Yeah,
American Badass was pretty cool.
I'm glad that he did end his career on the American Badass against AJ Styles in the Graveyard Match. That was good. I like that.
Well, I thought yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too that um he had all the different phases of the Undertaker in that last match with
Yeah,
AJ.
yeah, that was yeah that
Unfortunate it had to be around no fans and pre-recorded, but it was still a good match.
yeah no. Anytime the Undertaker's out there, it's always going to be a good match.
And I think he could still have one more match if he really wanted it.
He was in WrestleMania.
But,
Well,
and then on the TNA side, Mickey James is going into the TNA Hall of Fame.
Really?
Announced by TNA. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember she was pretty good when she was in the WWE.
Hmm. Yeah, and it was funny too. There's a clip of uh, CM Punk when NXT was more of a game show, and they had an all women's or all divas edition of NXT, and AJ Lee was one of the the participants, and CM Punk's like, if you're picking AJ to win, don't. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember. I don't know how long ago was that. I don't know if that was before my time of watching or.
When did you start?
Oh man, uh, when I really got into things, when I was probably about 10, so like 2010.
Okay, so this was, I think, a couple years after that.
Okay, yeah, I might not just remember it.
It was floating around social media.
Hmm.
But anything else that you have? Because I don't have anything else.
I think earlier you mentioned something about it was like top 6 matches or something. I think it was in the message
No,
earlier.
I think I put that last year's Crown Jewel had 6 matches, so that's kind of what I'm thinking of. This year's going to be 6 matches.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if you want to do top 6 matches, we can do that.
Or we could do potential 6 matches.
Like a prediction kind of thing of
Yeah.
matches we think. Okay. Uh,
Um.
let's see. I think you're going to see AJ Lee versus Becky.
Yep. That I have that written down as well. I also have Here's another one. I have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, I like that one.
Also, clearly you're gonna have. I have Tiffany winning, so I have Tiffany Stratton versus Vaquer, and then Cody Rhodes versus Rollins. So that would make 4. So now I'm gonna throw in 2 other matches. I would throw in Jey Uso versus LA Knight,
Yeah.
and then my last match, which is just kind of a match, John Cena versus Bronson Reed.
Ooh, that's a good one. He is scheduled for Crown Jewel.
So that
Cena.
I have written down.
The thing is with Cena though, he doesn't have any appearances until Crown Jewel. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be one of the, if you want to go against me, come on out kind of match. So an
Like
open
an open
challenge.
challenge.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I think Bronson Reed's gonna take it up.
I would like to see AJ versus Cena. And Cena
That
wants that too.
Yes, and that is, I think, another thing. Here is something that I also thought about when we were talking about who John Cena's last match could be against. And I don't know if you caught it on AEW, but I'm thinking we're gonna get an
Edge.
Edge versus John Cena match.
Yeah. I don't know when his contract ends or if he's gonna have injury time. Um, but I would like to see that.
If not, I'm gonna stick with my guess of John Cena versus The Rock. So,
That would make sense.
yeah, because how many shows does he have left? He only has a couple, right?
He has, I know he's gonna do Crown Jewel, he's gonna do Survivor Series. I think he has 2 Raws and a Saturday night's main event. So he has six appearances. 2 of them are Raw. The
Yeah,
rest are either at an event, the PLE
and
event.
I think on those 2 Raw that he shows up, they're going to be setups for matches. So
Yeah.
if we're gonna see a return or anything, it's gonna be on one of those Raws
Right.
to set up a match. Apparently, I also read that they might do another John Cena Lesnar match for the final match. I personally don't
I
want to see that.
Yeah,
But
I've read something before we got on where that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't
There's
want it to
no.
happen.
I think what Cena should do is like after his retirement match, appear on that next Raw and just thank everybody.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't have
think
to wrestle.
I think that's what they're gonna do. I mean, it'd be inevitable. I mean, I think what you also could do is do something like they did with the Undertaker, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I retire," goes into retirement, and then someone calls him out, and he does another match. But I mean,
I could see that. I could see him going if Edge or Copeland is not going to be his last match in WWE. I could see him, one time only, jump into AEW to have that one final match with Edge.
yeah, I could see that as well.
Or
I
have it
mean,
be at a indie event.
yep, something small.
Yeah, but I could see them just having it out with each other one last time.
Yeah, because clearly what they're doing is they're putting all of his biggest rivals, and he's going against his biggest rivals on all of his last matches. CM Punk,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, Edge was a big rival of his. The Rock's a big rival. You had, you had Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle I don't think could even perform if he wanted to.
Put him as a referee.
Yeah, you could put him as a referee.
Or
What about?
commentate.
I know Triple H, he retired from in-ring action, but what about a Triple H John Cena? Do you see any possibility of that?
No, he says he's not going back, and I don't think his doctors would allow it.
Yeah.
I could see Jericho.
Chris Jericho, huh?
His contract's about up. They're thinking that he could appear at the Rumble or sooner.
That wouldn't be bad.
Have they ever faced off? I can't remember.
They had to have.
I think so.
I mean, I didn't believe that John Cena and Undertaker never faced off before because I knew that was like, there's no way. And I think they had a couple matches. I don't think that it was the only match they ever had.
No.
There's just no way you fought for that long and you've never gone against them in a match. There's just no way.
I don't think Cena and Angle had a match.
Yeah, Cena and Angle. I think that was Cena's very first match of his career.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and then Undertaker's like, introducing himself and all that.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, I would like to see a former rival of his come back. Maybe it's Ryback. Just kidding.
I'd pay to see a Ryback Cena match.
That would be fun. But I think that's pretty much it, unless you got something else.
I mean, not that I have on here written down. Did we talk about the SmackDown recap? I think we did, right?
We kind of did, yeah. It wasn't too much.
Yeah, I know Sami Zayn defended his title against
Dragon Lee?
I think it was Carmelo Hayes.
Oh yeah, and Miz was on. What do you think of jumping to SmackDown? What do you think of Corey Graves getting F5 twice?
I've seen a lot. I've seen people say that he's gonna come out of retirement. He's gonna come. He's gonna take on Brock Lesnar. I don't think he should. It's just gonna be a bloodbath. I mean, you saw what he did to John Cena. Do you really want that to happen to yourself?
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they did it.
I could see a tag team. maybe like Brock Lesnar and Gunther going up
Jesus.
against Corey and Pat McAfee.
Wow. Talk about a match. Wow.
Only because Gunther terrorized Pat
Yeah.
and then Brock terrorized Corey.
You know, Gunther's been off TV for a while. I think he's injured, right?
Yeah, he's reportedly going to come back soon. When
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's
I
supposed
haven't
to be.
heard that name since he lost to Jey Uso, pretty much. It's the last time I heard about that guy. Man, has that been a while.
But it'll be interesting to see how he comes off to the crowd and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be pretty good. I think he's gonna get a loud reaction when he comes back.
Not as loud as AJ Lee, but yes.
Yeah. I don't think anybody could be as loud as AJ Lee's. It's crazy to me still because everybody knew she was coming back, and it still got a loud pop.
That's good. That's how you know it's a good return.
Yeah, I mean, I think the loudest pop since then had to be the Alexa Bliss return at Royal Rumble. Had to be. I was there for that. I was there live for that. And
Dang.
like WWE hid that one. They hid that really well. They they're like, oh yeah, they're having contract disputes. She posted on her Instagram like 30 minutes ago before the show, blah blah blah, and everything. Like they hit it really well, and then all of a sudden, boom, Alexa Bliss returns, and I could have died a happy man that night. That was a great night. I was a little upset because the guy at the hotel was like, yeah, no, she's not coming back. I was like, crap. And then 2 hours later, she returned. I was like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good she's back.
I think there's only one other person that can get a loud reaction now, and I think that'd be Liv Morgan when she returns.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna get a loud pop. She's definitely gonna return at the Rumble. I'm
You think she returns at the
40%
Rumble,
sure.
huh?
Yeah.
You don't think she returns before that?
No.
Because the Rumble's in like February, right?
January.
Yeah, January.
January?
End of January.
When
Interesting. She's out for that long, huh? I thought it was only supposed to be like a 3-month injury.
Oh no. Let me see.
well, this year's was in February.
Right, it was at the beginning of February.
January 31st. Yeah, New Year's or January 31st.
Yeah, because I went there with Kim and Daryl. We went to the Royal Rumble. It was in Indianapolis.
So that one's in, and that's the one that's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it sucks because I was like, oh, hopefully, WrestleMania will be close by. And they're like, yeah, no, we're going to Saudi Arabia. Bro, really? Come on now.
Well, Rumble's in Saudi Arabia.
So is WrestleMania.
Wait. Oh yeah, next year.
2027.
Yeah, 2 years.
No,
Saudi Arabia.
2020. Yeah, 7. Yeah. Next year's gonna be in Vegas.
Vegas
Yeah.
again.
It's okay. I got SummerSlam coming up in Minnesota.
Vegas is kind of close by. It's closer to him.
Not for us, Kyle. That's a trip.
Maybe like 2-day drive. Maybe 3-day.
Well, I'm not driving all the way out there. I'd fly. Dude, 10 hours to Indiana was long enough. I don't think I want to drive any more than that.
Yeah, that's lengthy.
But yeah, that's all I have written down and all I can think
too.
about.
It's a day.
So any final thoughts before we head out?
final thoughts, huh? Man, I hope, like I said, I'm just going to keep hoping for it. Alexa Bliss joining Wyatt 6. Stephanie Vaquer keeping her title for a while. And hopefully AJ Lee winning a title. That's what I have to say.
I think AJ Lee will win a title at some point. I don't know if it's going to be right off, but who knows? But if she does lose, expect Lyra to be back in the hunt because she can't challenge if Becky has it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think Alexa's going to be with the Wyatt.
I hope she is, because, I mean, she's literally running the same. She's running that same attitude that she had when she was with Bray Wyatt and everything. Not as dark, but she still got the doll. She still got that outfit and everything. So clearly, she wants to be part of that faction. It's just
I'll make a story.
you pretty much don't want to write her off because you put her in there. Like, look at Nikki Cross isn't doing anything. She's just there.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing you could do is make Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross a tag team because they used to be tag team partners. You make them a
Right.
tag team and they go after the women titles.
That would be interesting.
Which, I don't even know who the women champions are even anymore.
I think it's Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Still Charlotte.
I knew that. It's Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, that's right.
I think they're waiting until the titles are off of them before they make a move.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. You make Alba Fire and frickin' whoever joins that faction the champions, and then you bring Alexa Bliss part of the Wyatt 6, and then you make Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss challenge for the titles, and they win it. And then there you go, boom, Alexa's a champion again. And then you have the Wyatt 6 got the tag team championships, and then you got the women's tag team championships part of that faction as well.
Then all you need is Bo Dallas.
Yeah, but he'd have to beat Sami Zayn. That's the championship I think he could win.
I'll make something spooky out of it.
Yeah, who knows?
But with that, hope everybody enjoys the week. Should be a fun NXT tomorrow. Should be a fun SmackDown on Friday. And we will be back next week for another Between the Ropes. Have a great evening, everybody.